Hello everyone, this is Richard Gerhardt. Welcome to Body of Energy. So today, I'm starting off my sessions with the number 5. So, I've sent a message to the follower, the person whose energy work this is about, to let them know that they're session number 5. And so they know that this is about them, and everybody else can watch and see how these tools are used. So, this is the balanced equation tool. The entire image is about balance. It's about the number line between -9 through 0 to the +9. Okay? The imagery of the entire thing is about balance from one side to the other. And so this tool brings in that energy. It formulates the direction or the question of the tool. And so that's how these tools work. Okay? So today I'm going to be using the tiles instead of cards. And so these tiles, there's 162 tiles in this set. And the entire set is words. And so we will get started here. It's about balance between each number. And as I have said before, it doesn't really matter the order in which a person decides to lay out these tiles, because the tool picks up on the right energy. It does what it's supposed to do. So, how many times you shuffle, how many times you mix up the tiles, which order you put them in, all of that really doesn't matter. It really depends on what the person wants to do and how they feel at the moment. And surprisingly, the energy tool picks up on the correct energy. The right tiles are in the right places. And what does this tool do? This tool is like an X-ray of the energy of the person right at that moment. Okay? And the purpose of the tool, or the purpose of the X-ray, so to speak, is to allow this person to take the next right step forward in their life, whatever that step may be. And that's the purpose of these tools. Okay? So on this tool, it's about the meaning of the numbers. Okay? The number 1 is about aligning yourself up with the right pathway in your life. Okay? So the analogy of the number 1 is, if this is what's right, this is what's true, this is the direction you should be going, this is you lining yourself up with it. Okay? Because this isn't going to move. And coming at it this way isn't going to do anything for you. It's a block. It's about alignment and aligning yourself up with the right pathway. And so the two elements that are important for this person are the element of water and the element of truth. Okay? So water, the element of water, is associated with emotions, associated with peace. Okay? So this element is needed for this person. They need water. They need to have water in their life, be around water, be in water, drink water, whatever the case may be, because that element feeds them. Okay? Because we're made up of all of these elements. And we need all of these elements to keep us alive. If we remove any of those elements, it causes death. It causes stoppage in our lives. So if water was removed from our life, we would die. So this person needs the element of water and the element of truth. These are the two things that are necessary for this person to be on the correct pathway, the right pathway in their life at this time. The number 2 is about being whole, coming together. The thing that's needed to make this person whole. Okay? It's about aligning yourself up with the right pathway and then joining yourself to it. Okay? So, this person needs these two elements. It's about the element of spirit, okay? And this is the part of the person that's trying to discern truth, trying to discern between truth and error. So what makes this person whole is their spirit and discerning or having a knowledge of the past. That's what's going on here in this pathway to make this person whole at this time. Okay? So the number 3 is about being sure. It's about having confidence in life. And as I've said before, numbers are a language, and they go in the proper order. So when a person's aligned with the right pathway in their life, it makes them whole. And when these two things are happening, it makes them sure in their life. Okay? So the two elements that are necessary for this person to be sure is contentment. Okay? This is connected to the soul. This is connected to their life. Contentment in their soul, in their life. And equity, which is a principle that's connected to being fair and just. Okay? So equity and contentment are the thing that this person needs to be sure in their life at this time. The number 4 is about having a solid foundation. So the two elements that are necessary for them to have a solid foundation is the element of being generous, which is connected to giving, and the element of air. So they need air. They need fresh air. They need what comes from air to rejuvenate them, to feed them. Because every element that we're made out of is the same elements we continually need to remain alive, to prosper, to move forward in our lives. So the element of air and being generous are connected. And this is what's needed for this person to have a solid foundation at this time. So the number 5 is about being centered. It's the center number between 1 and 9. Being centered is about being connected to the voice of truth. Okay? It's about hearing that voice and doing. It's about hearkening, listening. Okay? So, what is it that they need to be centered? To be whole. And this is connected to the spirit, not to be divided. And the element of red. Color is about seeing. So this is about discerning, about seeing things the way that they really are. And this is connected to the mind. So seeing things the way they really are in the mind and being whole are what's needed to be centered at this time for this person. So, to be correct and complete, it's about grace, the principle of grace, which is connected to goodness. Grace is connected to divine help, okay? And divine help is given because of goodness, okay? This is what grace is about. And being complete, the element of complete, the principle of complete, okay? So this is a characteristic, grace, and this is the arching characteristic, to be complete, to be perfect. Those two words are connected to each other, okay? And so in order for this person to be correct and complete, it's about grace and being complete. So the number 7 is about triumphing, so that you can be at peace. Accomplishment, so you can be at rest. Okay? So this person, it's about the element of fire. They need the element of fire. So as I've already said, all the elements that we're made out of are the same elements we continually need to feed ourselves, to feed our souls, to feed our lives. So this person needs the element of fire, and it's about attaining. Okay, attaining what's right. And this is connected to the body and the ability to prosper. Okay? So the number 8 is about attaining what's right in their lives. And this is connected to the body, which is connected to the element of earth, which is connected to attain, and understand. So this understand is connected to the element of life, to the soul. Life is about understanding. And this is the thing that this person needs so that they can attain the right thing in their life. The elements that are needed for the number 9, and the number 9 is about having fulfillment and contentment, okay, which is connected here, are these two elements, the element of life. So the element of life is about having the right interaction with the living, okay? So the opposite of the element of life would be solitary confinement. Solitary confinement is considered a form of torture. It makes people go crazy. So even if they have all the other elements, if they have the shelter they need, the food they need, the water they need, they have the heat they need, all of those things, if they're deprived of the element of life, it has a detrimental effect upon them. And so this element is needed to have fulfillment and contentment, and the element of being sure, which is connected to the body, is connected to attain. Those two things are connected, okay? So 0 is the central focus of the entire number line. It only appears once on the number line. It's the focus of this entire session and this energy work. 0 is about having enjoyment and satisfaction in the heart. And so the central element that's needed for this person is peace, which is connected to their emotions. So that's how this is read on this first level. Okay? So now I'm going to take all of these elements and line them up where they go and see what was the most important element. What was the most important thing that this person needs at this time? Okay? So for this person, this is the most important element right here. Okay? So if nothing else was said about this, if this was the only thing talked about, this on another level is what this is all about. It's about the element of air, that they need it to feed their spirit. And it's about their spirit discerning the truth so that they can be whole. That's what this is all about. Okay, on that level. On another level, if you look at where yellow is, right? It's about the number 3. It's about the number 6. And it's about the number 9. Okay? So those 3 numbers are about the future. The energy of this person is on the future. Okay? So that's another level of looking at this. So then if I pull out all the words that are associated with numbers, it's about the number 2, it's about the number 3, it's about the number 8, and it's about the number 9. So on another level, this is about being whole, about being sure, about attaining prosperity in life, and attaining what's right, and contentment in their life, contentment in their soul. So that's the focus if we look at it just numerically speaking. Okay? So then, when it comes to the characteristics of this and the attributes of all of this, it's about this right here. These are characteristics. The characteristic of being generous. And the next step above it is about having grace. And it's about having equity, which is about being fair and just. It's about justice. And that leads to the attribute. An attribute is the outcome of character. This character leads to this attribute, which is about having a knowledge of the past, seeing things the way that they really were, and which leads to the overarching point of having these characteristics and attributes to be perfect or complete. And so that's another way of looking at this, and that's what's going on with this person at this time. So thank you for joining. So as I've said before, if you would like to have your own personal session so that you can experience this tool for yourself, because it's definitely more meaningful and touches a person at a deeper level when it's about them. And then they can feel the change in their energy so that they can take the next step forward, the next right step forward. That's what this is all about. And so, thank you. And like I've said before, I record this so that I can post this on YouTube, and that video can be viewed as many times as they want, and I keep it up on my page on YouTube, or on my channel. So there you go. Thank you for joining.